Hello everyone, this is Tony. Welcome back to Trophy Food Experiences. Today I'm doing a review of a restaurant called L'Abattoir. It's in the Gastown district in Vancouver. The address is 2107 Carrall Street in Vancouver. It serves Pacific Northwest cuisine. It's in kind of an industrial chic setting with a bit of French influence on it also. The owner and chef is Lee Cooper, and it's been around in Vancouver for many years. It's touted to be one of these restaurants that Michelin is considering in terms of star rating. And I have been there many times over the years, haven't been back for many years. It's a very interesting place, very chic, eclectic. But my experience in the past has been hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's okay. So I was interested to go back. So it is in a very interesting neighborhood in Gastown. A lot of tourists are in there. It's a little bit difficult to find, but you know, it's kind of tucked away a little bit. It's got two sides to it. It's got a restaurant and then a private dining area, which is a different building. And then within that restaurant, there's two kind of areas, a main dining room and a kind of a side kind of place that's an atrium. For some reason, I always get seated when I'm there at the atrium. So it's kind of a very small, long kind of space that's got about 6 or 7 tables, very small tables. I actually like the setting, and you can see the alleyway from there. So you can, it's kind of neat. And that night there was a wedding going on the other building, so you could see the people outside. So it's kind of neat. I'd love to actually go to the main dining room next time I'm there to eat, just to see the different ambience. But I liked it. It was a sunny day in Vancouver, and so it was kind of a nice open space, very airy. You can either order the chef's menu for $160, which is a number of courses, or order a la carte. We looked at the chef's menu. It looked like a lot of food, so we just decided to order a la carte. I started with a Thiessen Farm quail. It's got merguez, harissa, and lemon. So merguez is a sausage. It's a kind of a spicy beef and lamb sausage that's made in parts of North Africa. So the sauce was kind of almost like a toned down version of hoisin sauce, but a little bit spiced with almost an African influence. I really like that. All in all, it was a really good dish. For $26, I thought it was a good deal considering you get the whole quail there. My wife had the Pacific baked oysters with summer truffle and garlic butter. Delicious. The only thing with this one, it is market price, and you do order 6 of them. So it was $8 per oyster, so $48. It is a bit more of an expensive starter, but it was delicious. And because you have 6, my wife had 3, I had 3. And again, really nicely done. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was truffly and creamy. It was great. For my main, I had the wild Pacific lingcod with chanterelle mushroom, corn, and tomato. Really liked the dish. The lingcod was quite a massive piece of lingcod, so it was quite thick, but they got the consistency through and through on the meat of the fish. The corn and the tomato really stuck out in the sauce, so really vibrant. The flavors really jumped out at you. So I thought it was a great dish. This was $48. My wife had the sable fish, which was Dungeness crab, van de Van, tomato, and cucumber. Van de Van is a kind of blend of spices, kind of like masala, and that was probably inside the samosas on the top of this. So those samosa pockets were okay. I thought they were, you know, not as spicy as I probably thought if it's a kind of Indian spice derivative. The sable fish was cooked very nicely. Very soft and tender fish compared to the lingcod, which is a much firmer fish. So it was really nice that we shared a bit of each dish with each other, because you got the contrast between the lingcod and the sable fish. So again, really nice dish. It wasn't too spicy. It was, yeah, kind of, I would have probably liked the sauce a little bit spicier, given the description. For dessert, they don't have a huge selection, but they have some nice ones. So I had the Bête Noire, which is dark chocolate, cocoa nib, and mint. I thought this was a wonderful dessert because it gave you so many elements of chocolate. There's a little crisp there. There's the cocoa nib. There's these kind of little, looks like kind of nuggets there that are the mint, that kind of taste infused with a little bit of mint. So it was really quite nice. You know, inside the chocolate, there's a little bit of a cake. I should have cut it open to show it in the camera, but I thought it was a very chocolatey dessert, which I really enjoyed, and it had different elements to it. So wonderful dessert for chocolate lovers. The last dish was the meal fill, which is deconstructed, salted honey buckwheat and bourbon. I really liked this play on it. It's not quite like a typical meal fill, but I like that they deconstructed it and made it interesting. Flavors were vibrant, very intense, caramel, and got that through the taste. The bourbon kind of was got that intensity of caramelization in there. So I like this dessert very much. All in all, I thought it was a great dinner. The only thing I thought was there wasn't a lot of wow factor. All the dishes were great in terms of the consistency, the presentation, but maybe just needs a little bit more of a wow factor to elevate it. I'm between recommend and strongly recommend, but I'm going to give them the benefit out and give them a strongly recommend. I would go back again and try it again. The service standard was very high. We had a person called JC serve our table. He was wonderful. The sommelier was Andrew. He was wonderful. So service is great. So I'd probably like to go back one more time just to make sure that it's as good as this time. And but I think it's a really nice restaurant, and I would strongly recommend trying it. Until next time, happy eating.